I want to tell you about a really dope event that I attended here in LA called Hyperflow. Put on by ArtistPro alum Tomas, who also goes by the artist name Habitaat. Now, Hyperflow is basically an 8-hour straight incubator for music producers designed to have you overcome things like writer's block, fatigue, and really forces you to use thin slicing, quick decision making when it comes to making songs and making tracks, and forces you to start getting out of the loop, so to speak. The way it works is simply Tomas would offer you an overall concept. So let's just say the deep forest is the concept, and you're given different recipes that have different ingredients. As you're given each ingredient, you're only given 15 minutes or so to work on that specific ingredient. So Tomas will say, you know, give me a drum beat that makes you want to move, go. All right, so you get 15 minutes, and it really exposes a lot of things. It exposes, well, at least for me anyway, it exposed how clunky my workflow is sometimes. And quickly I was like, wait, why is this taking so long? I already only have 8 minutes left, and I just found the right drum patch. It was very obvious that I was spending too much time just trying to get the right kind of effects, the right kind of things, when I wasn't focusing on, say, the melody or the actual patterns or the rhythms, like the core musical elements. In other words, getting way more caught up in the production than I needed to. There's something about having tactically applied pressure. Anyone who talks to me know that I love the concept of tactically applied pressure. Forcing yourself to have some sort of consequence if you don't deliver a result in a certain amount of time. I mean, I need that carrot on the stick sort of thing here. But what was really cool is that this happened 3 times throughout the day on Sunday. We were given each a different recipe throughout the day, and at the end of it, at the end of the 3 different recipes that you've worked on, Tomas basically lets you choose which of the 3 you want to go back to and revisit. Any of them that you thought you liked the most, that has the most potential, and all the recipes were very, very different, by the way. That's just what made this really, really cool. And it forced me to really get outside that comfort zone, especially as I've been making mostly, you know, neoclassical kind of positions now. I had to kind of go back and make drum patterns and, you know, use samples, and all 3 recipes had a very nice range and diversity. And it really forced me to kind of work smarter, not necessarily harder, but most importantly, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I spent just 8 hours straight only making music, just in a whole production marathon. And that's really the word, like productivity is the word that kept coming to mind. I walked away with 3 tracks basically. The one that I chose, you're actually listening to right now as you hear me speak. And at the end of the night, basically just passed the aux cord around. And everyone plugged in their laptop, and we were able to hear the track that you chose for the day. And naturally, over the course of 8 hours, you're looking around the room, you're like, I wonder what she's making. I wonder what he's making. And then it's just that anticipation of like, all right, we all did the same thing, so to speak, but it's just so interesting to see how vastly different everyone's interpretation of the same recipes were. So Hyperflow happens the first Sunday of every month. Tomas started it in Berlin, brought it to San Francisco, and now it's here in Los Angeles. Right now it's at a really dope event space in the Arts District of downtown LA. I will include links to all their social media channels. If you're a music producer in the LA area, I mean, you have to check this out. This was super, super fun. I met some really, really cool people, but more importantly, I was just able to really be in an area with my phone away, my laptop. I mean, I stripped down everything. I mean, you see all the gear here. Obviously, this is just like a fraction of all the gear that I have, but I only really brought, you know, this MIDI controller and my laptop, my headphones, that was it. And even as a piano player now, naturally I'm like, well, I need both hands, but you know, on Sunday, I was like, all right, one hand at a time, one melody. I was really able to feel the musical components of it. So I gotta shout out Tomas for putting on this event. And again, if you are a music producer in the LA area, you've got to check out Hyperflow. Highly, highly recommend it. I will be back at as many as I possibly can be, just for the pure exercise component of it. All right, I hope this little explanation of the event was cool. Maybe you want to try something like it on your own. Maybe you set your own 8-hour marathon at home, but I gotta tell you, there's something about being in a room with other people going through it as well. That was just really, really fun. All right, that was the review of Hyperflow. I'll catch you guys on the next video.